Hey you guys, Scoop Malaire here. Now, I've got one of two directions I can take this in, and I'm just not quite sure which way to go. And I think I'm going to try to do a little bit of both. So let me start off by saying that when I was growing up, Rush was my favorite band. I absolutely loved Rush. Having such great parents, when I was about 13, they let me paint the words Rush on my wall in big black letters from the exact same lettering that Rush used from their first album. And it looked so cool. I was so proud of having done that. And Rush also helped me kind of speak for the first time because, well, one of the things about being Jewish and going to Hebrew school is about twice a year, they make your Hebrew school class lead the Friday night services at the synagogue. And you would either have to get up in front and start off the congregation on one of the songs that they sing every Friday night, or if there was a responsive reading, perhaps you could get up and be one of the people that does the reading. But my friend John and I, we tried to volunteer for the reading because we didn't want to sing, but somebody else got the reading. So John gave them the suggestion, what if we write a poem and read that to the congregation? Now this caught both my Hebrew school teacher and myself by surprise, but when she agreed to it, I went along as well. I didn't know what John was thinking, but John was one of these guys that always came up with things, and he always had schemes and ideas, and he was always one step ahead of everybody else. Well, John's idea was to take song lyrics from a song that nobody would know, change them a little bit, and make it seem like an original poem. And that's what we did. And coincidentally, that's also the same song I really wanted to share with you guys today because it was a song by Rush. And the name of the song is Closer to the Heart. And it starts off as a slower song, and it actually turns into a rock song part of the way through it, and then goes back into slower towards the end of it. But the lyrics to the song, standing alone without us changing them, are phenomenal. And I'm going to give you those lyrics first. So it goes like this. And the men who hold high places must be the ones who start to mold a new reality closer to the heart. The blacksmith and the artist reflect it in their art. They forge their creativity closer to the heart. Philosophers and plowmen each must know his part to sow a new mentality closer to the heart. Yeah, you can be the captain and I will draw the charts. We'll go sailing into destiny closer to the heart. So you see, great song. And we kept it the same through the first three of the lyrics. The men who hold high places must be the ones who start to mold a new reality. The blacksmith and the artist reflected in their art, they forge their creativity. Philosophers and plowmen each must know his part to sow a mentality closer to the heart, like we're getting up to the big ending where John changes just a few of the words and says, yeah, God will be the captain and the Torah will be the chart, sailing into destiny with Judaism in our heart. And I have got to tell you, we did each verse, every other one, and my verse was the last one. So I was the one in front of all of these mostly elderly Jewish men and women saying, God will be the captain and the Torah will be the chart, sailing into destiny with Judaism in our heart. At the oneg afterwards, at the little snack thing afterwards when the food is there, these older women came up to us with tears in their eyes and just would be hugging John and I. I remember one of them specifically couldn't speak, but she hugged me because this poem was so touching. And I'm finally fessing up. It was by Rush. It was probably written by Geddy Lee. I should have looked it up ahead of time, but it's a great song by the great band out of Canada called Rush. And yes, we kind of ripped it off. But that was the first time that I had actually spoken actively in front of anybody. And if you can call it creativity, it was one of the first times that I got creative and did something with it. Anyways, if you want to see more creative ventures along these same type of lines, please check back soon. And remember to subscribe, like, and share for even more Scoot Malaire.